I've been bout my papyrus since I've been in it. Put me in the debate, you know I'm gon' win it. If I scream black power, don't get timid. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. Primary researching, we done pushed it to the limits. All you dudes finished. The king counting cattle up with brother Reggie. When I'm in Oakland, smoke smoking, bro, they love the Chevy. Back in the day, it was the spokes on the chariot. Long procession when the king got carried out to every spot. Woman looking nice as ISIS. I read ancient texts, so my advice is priceless. Nubian gold, your ice don't entice us. Beating me harder than counting grains in your spices. Your heart was beating, but your brain dead, you're lifeless. Yo, they ain't nothing like us, yo. Don't try to make me mad. Make me smile and say you love me, man. That's real right there. Yeah, come on. You should listen to your main man's advice. Do a YouTube and apologize like Dice. Or the back fade coming like the Antichrist. Egyptologists see me reading and said that I'm nice. I got a Stella with your name on it. I'm like Sargon. You the type of dude wake up and your car gone. Told, cause of the money you owe. Before you stream, you should clean up that humble abode. Like I'm not in city for my woman in gold. I keep the pseudos running, people coming in droves. You catch me on a live stream with Pan-African James. When we building, call us by our African names. I'm for the children. And ain't nothing happened to change. We on that black hype, so we still packing them things for protection. Got connections, got connections. My complexion, pure black, that's the essence. Make me smile. You love me? Show me some love. All right. What up, what up? About to show you how to get to that bread. About to show you how to get to that bread. That's all we do, man. Why don't people do that more? Why don't people show you how to get your paper? Go and give a shout out if you come into the video so we can get the activity of the video cracking. In this video, I'm going to show you a few websites to go to see if you or anybody, and I'm going to show you why it's significant, because a lot of people just make this into a business, right? And I'll just give up the ghost. They're called publishing administrators. I've been in this shit way too long. You can become one today. I can show you how. You ain't got no job, you get a percentage of people's money that they ain't collecting. Anybody will give you that. I will. If you came to me right now like, hey, bro, I got 300,000 that you ain't collected. I just need 10%. I'm going to be like fast as a NASCAR. Here we go. Yeah, and I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bro. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just... I'm just going to play something, go to a hip-hop album real quick. I mean, that's hip-hop. But I just got juice. This album by Albert Jenkins. Oh, yeah. Look like it's sold out. There's only 3 of these other ones left. Selling out that vinyl, man. We be trying to get to that paper, y'all. Come on, man. Let's talk about it. This economy been on our head for way too long. Hip-hop is ours. We supposed to have that on lock. But nope. I'm going to play this song real quick. Yeah. What's up, Sadiq? UK? Hey, what up? Just rolling up the weed, ladies stop by my page when they scrolling up they feed. So I block the young chicks that ain't old enough for trees, but I like whatever comment that they bold enough to leave. Rappers follow me cause rhymes from my catalog read like an intergalactic battle log. Satellite feed to the spaceship. When traveling, my documents are placed in the basement of the Vatican, where scientists try to duplicate my rhyme patterns. To do this, they must lubricate the mind matter and find data to match the kind that I dispatch. I lace rhymes in the fabric of space-time. To meet you, I'm traveling back. Plenty of nights for him like Phineas when he stabbed that Midianite whore with the javelin. That's in the Torah. I'm in nothing more than just recording for the art of slaughter. I told the king to pay tribute and he brought his daughter. Exotic trees in my horticulture, fly aeronautic products for the vultures. Raps hidden in imported sculptures. Got my custom broker scrambling to meet me at the border open. Connect got money to lobby to keep the border open. You ain't got no rhymes or no style neither. Cats get confused, heard more lines than wild zebras.
Oh, they don't get that.
Hey yo, you couldn't imagine the colors in my kaleidoscope. The effervescent essence provided by my exotic flow. Regarded of how you plotted on nautical wavelengths and brought it from the basement to the pavement. The same shit as astrologists and astrophysicists. The love and knowledge of a lyricist is serious. The theory is mysteriously furious periods of time that it took. Fuck that, you ain't hearing it. If I'm capping on the track, is the capstone of the pyramid. I'm an expert and it's an experiment. And dropping metaphors is my favorite thing. I rock fly jewels, think David slingshot.
Man, I can show you how to do heck of stuff. We're gonna keep it popping. This is gonna be a good informative video, right? But dang, dropping metaphors is my favorite thing. And then when you say something like that, you gotta say a monumental metaphor after it. But what's up though? We talking about how to get paid from the music and places to find that out. It need to be more people. See, this is why you can make a job out of this. Because you put up a video with this type of information in it, and that ain't what people necessarily want to see. But some of those same people got ambitions at being artists and doing music. Now, the people like, not the Barry Weiss we hear about all day, but Barry Weiss from Jive Records, Clive Davis, Suge Knight, all of these type of people understand how to make money off music without even making music. But we make music and ain't interested and don't understand how to make money off of it. Ain't that weird? So the people who, now I'll do research and I'm about to step my music knowledge up, right? I'm gonna step, especially with the help of AI, right? I'm gonna step my game up. But some of the stuff that I know already, people should know, bro. So like, if you like an artist who like be putting music out, you put music on DistroKid, TuneCore, whatever your distributor is, and that's how you feel, that's how you get your money. They collect the money and they tell you what it's sold, and that's not how it works. And often, quite often, since if you understand what's going on, when you go to the website and you just click the no terms deal, that digital distributor is probably expanding its rights to be at, most digital distributors are trying to do this now, expanding their rights to be able to collect on more than just the digital distribution. And so sometimes they will go into areas where you ain't collecting, and sometimes they won't. They will require you to get with what's called a publishing administrator. So if you just got a DistroKid, you probably just getting the money from the income on the downloads and the streams, but not getting the money from the digital satellite radio, not necessarily receiving the mechanicals that are generated. And if you don't have a publishing rights organization, then you ain't even getting no money from none of the usage of the song any place where it's being used. You just getting that TuneCore check because some of the people you tweeted it out to bought it and supported the project, and you think that's all the money generated off of it. That ain't necessarily true, especially if the song is getting any kind of minor usage. But this information is useful for artists like myself, but it's gonna be most useful for people like hustlers. Trust me, bruh. It should be easier, bruh. Man, this thing is like easy. From what I'm about to show you, and we'll do it live. I do it live all the time when I do videos like this. From what I'm about to show you, you can open up a business. I mean, I got so many different names went off for the name of the business because what you're going to learn is how to recover funds that artists ain't collecting on. Now, you can't recover them until you get a piece of paper. You should probably know what that piece of paper is called right now. If you could get power of attorney just for one instance, it's called power of attorney. You don't have to be an attorney to get power of attorney. Power of attorney grants you the right to collect for the other artists who ain't collecting. Right? And then you take your percentage and then give them the rest. They don't even need to know where you got it from. They just need to know the amounts. If they want to know, that's in your business statement that you give them along with the income. I'm an artist. I'm also a businessman. That's why I could tell you how to walk the fine line of not being egregious to either side. You know what I'm saying? To respect the interests of both parties. The businessman has a win-win because I don't think there's any person, if you just a person who listening to this game and don't really got records, I'm talking about you. You don't have to know the artist. You got Instagram. You do not have to know the artist. Trust me, I just did it live with an artist I knew just to show people. He had a long catalog of songs that he wasn't collecting on. And the money goes into the thousands. I mean, depending on the type of artist you're dealing with, it's not just like whatever. And so we can start talking about it. So let me see how we can break it down. I mean, without people knowing all the different income streams that are generated off of an album, off of a song. Let's just say you put a song on Spotify yourself, and it got 1 million streams. So this is something weird. I heard people talking about Spotify's new terms of service when you upload a song. And I started thinking, I've never uploaded a song directly to Spotify. All right, is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called, Spotify. Most of my songs get on Spotify. Most of yours or any of the artists you know get on there from a digital distributor. Now, say this part, we're going to use arbitrary numbers just to have some numbers. Say this song uploaded got 1 million streams, right? We always talk about the $4,000 that Spotify pay out, but what payment is that, and what else is generated? Well, all the money your digital distributor is going to collect on is what's considered the streams, and they got a rate to where each download, y'all know that 0.3 or whatever rate that they pay out at. But that ain't all of the income. And what portion of the income is that exactly? If you got rights, if you had 1 million streams, then the song got used 1 million times. So besides the income just paid to you by Spotify, it also generated usage income. That's called publishing, right? The usage income is collected by a different entity entirely. Most of us know about this. It's your performance or your publishing rights organization, PRO, the ASCAPs and BMIs. But do you know what they collect on and what they don't collect on, so you can see where the money's slipping through the cracks? Like, for instance, radio, but what radio? Standard broadcast radio. All lifestyle usages of the song will come through your publishing's right organization. What I mean by lifestyle usage, say your song got put on, and you could talk about doing this too, put on the video reel at Foot Locker. See, that's two new streams of income that probably just got generated right there too. The license that Foot Locker got to use your song, and then the publishing that's generated by their users. It goes down to bars, clubs. That's why DJs are supposed to report their playlist that they played at the club, because all of this is coming through your publishing rights organization. But that ain't getting all the bread either, because there's also mechanicals generated which are not a portion. See, this is the thing. What are they called? I don't want to say radio stations. Or Spotify, I'm just using this, is not supposed to pay your mechanicals back to the label. They're not supposed to do that. That's old. That's an old template. Instead, they send that money to someplace else. So if you've been putting stuff, that's why people don't know even the amount of checks generated off one song. We just talked about 3 of them, right? On this arbitrary 1 million streams. All people talk about is the 4,000 from the Spotify check, but they definitely ain't talking about the mechanicals that Spotify has to send to another organization, or they're not talking about the that's Spotify. But if you got 1 million streams on Spotify, you probably got some run on digital satellite radio, and that's collected in another place too. So now if people getting hella money, they might think that money was all the money. You see what I mean? Bigger artists, this is why they could be leaking. And I find it all the time. We're going to find it today, but I don't like doing it at the expense of people. But this is public information. And since this is a very small video for the people interested in this subject, this is like learning this is in a class. Yes, sir, anytime it's played, it's supposed to generate publishing income. Now, they make you sign that away on things like video games. Because if we was getting our publishing from video games, that means every time I went and got on the sticks, and I'm about to do that after this, every time I get on the sticks and hear them songs, it'll be generating publishing. They'd have to have an apparatus that reported that back. But since they knew all that, they just make us do work for hires or whatever to get on a video game. And I've had songs on various video games, and I'm about to try to forge my way back into that, but we could talk about that in a minute after we talk about finding the money. So then, if the money is sent to these organizations, one question that I probably can't answer right now is how long do they keep the money before they put it into the big pot? What I mean by the big pot is this. For money generated on Spotify, not the mechanicals, but for the money just from the sales, where they turn streams into a sale by ever so much percentage, that money generated, we already detailed how it goes directly back to the label. The mechanicals is going to go to another, so it's hard to explain too. Let me slow down a bit. Because this is also something we have to understand, that these income streams are coming from different places, typically. And so this is why we get caught leaking. So the income generated from, now this is crazy and I gotta figure out how this works. But y'all can tell me if the club has to pay that. But the income generated from, let's say they playing a playlist in the club, and there is publishing income generated from that. At the end of the year, that club pays, or at whatever quarterly or whatever, this is the old business. I don't know how they still doing it now. They supposed to pay some percentage of their income back for the usage of those songs. But now, all right, so we'll do a whole nother class on that. I kind of wanted to be more on hands on this video. So I'm gonna go to the first one that I often talk about. And you could do it too, and you could make a living out of doing this for people, getting them their paper. It was Boosie who said, and I quote him like a scholar or any ancient Egyptian historian. It said, does it depend on the club though? So here it is. Every club doesn't follow those rules. But it's people in these publishing rights organizations that as soon as you get a club or throw an event, they'll contact you about your event. If your club is stationary, many people probably heard it many times. I actually got contacted by ASCAP, myself. Contacted by ASCAP because of a party I threw. Y'all believe that? And they was trying to be like, what songs? We know that you play some ASCAP songs at your party. Is impossible to not do it. So where's the playlist? Just like that. And so I'm pretty sure clubs, baristas, and places that even other lifestyle like malls and stuff, they all have a playlist that has to be turned in. You can't just use the music. But I'm not familiar with that process. That would be a video with a publishing rights organization person like, you feel me? Like somebody else. How they know? So it's just what you're supposed to report. So clubs that are on the up and up, big clubs, report it because they have a playlist. DJs turn in their playlist to the club. Because the club is going to get asked what they've been playing all year by these publishing rights organizations. Right? Just like radio stations. The same thing with radio stations. They have to turn in their playlist. All right, my man Immortal Dragon said on the next segment, can you borrow to acquire publishing or licensing? And the other way, borrowing against like the estimated value. Oh, you definitely can borrow for anything you want. But if you just went and got a loan and you wanted to acquire some publishing and some licensing, that's not stupid. That's smart. That's standard business for other people because they don't do this with their pocket money like we do. You see what I'm saying? I hope y'all ain't mad I'm rocking back and forth in my chair, but sometimes I'll be looking at YouTube like, stay still. And more revenue is coming in. And the more revenue that comes in. And so let me address what you said. Can you borrow to acquire? So yes, you definitely can. But it wouldn't be beneficial, I think, unless, of course, you had a way to exploit that content in place. Like if you had a license in place, opportunity, a sync license, then you could license something from somebody, turn that content over for the sync license, and include yourself in the bread. So it worked like this. I don't want to talk about too much. We'll continue. But for this part, sync licensing is syncing someone's music in a performance, it could even be Broadway though, but that's not as often. A movie, basically, or a commercial. That's sync licensing. That's a whole nother income stream that I wasn't even intending to talk about in this video, because if you don't give people the rights, and that's why I said some of these digital distributors been expanding their rights, but if you don't give no one the rights to submit your music for sync licensing, then your music can't never be in no movies anyway, because that's a whole right in and of itself. Of the 6 rights of copyright that are granted to you just when you put your art or your intellectual property in a tangible form. Not when you register your copyrights with the Copyright Office, like some people believe. That's giving you proof of registration at that particular date. But when you put the intellectual property in a tangible form, is when you are granted the right of copyright. So for instance, if what I was saying was new and Revel right now, because think about it, the reason why I'm granted the right of copyright for this video, and the reason why you can't play nobody else stuff that's copywritten, is because I'm placing this information, my intellectual property that I'm sharing with everyone, I'm placing it in a tangible, well, it's considered a tangible form because it's being recorded, right? It's being recorded into this medium and transmitted and broadcast. So at that point, each word come out of my mouth in this video is my copywritten material. Like not the words, but the content in total. You see what I'm saying? And so if you don't put it into a tangible form, you can still be ripped off and won't have no way to prove it. Why does it have to be tangible? Because I think that really has a lot to do with them understanding the art of manifestation. But I definitely won't sidetrack us right now. It has to be placed in a tangible form, because you can have an idea. An idea is only an idea if you don't place it in a tangible. What's a tangible form? If you don't even write it down on paper. It's just consciousness in the air, your idea. And you can't copyright that. If you're talking at a bar and you get a novel idea and y'all start talking about it, you can't copyright the talking about it. You probably could reference to that conversation, but the copyright is when somebody put it into a tangible form. Now let's get back to the paper. Let me share the screen. We could talk about this all day, but the side I'm talking about first is your digital satellite radio income, which is different than Spotify. So you got streaming and you got digital satellite radio. Remember that. If you just want to talk about 2 of the incomes, we're going to be simple and talk about only these 2. Well, it's safe to say that it's not your digital distributor who's going to service digital satellite radio. Understand that. Your digital distributor is only going to, and traditionally is only going to service streaming platforms. So what is the difference? Is control. When you go to Sirius Satellite Radio, you can only pick the type of music you want to listen to. You can't click on casual and keep listening to my song over and over and over again. Of course, it's streaming through the technology is streaming, but in music language, that ain't streaming. That's digital satellite radio. So if you get any burn on, what's his name? Shade 45, Any of them, matter of fact, my man Lord Sear, man, I'm sorry, Lord Sear. My man Lord Sear told me to hit him, and I just remember because I'm talking about digital satellite radio right now. Right? My man Mount Mike said, Sound Exchange is good and easy to use. Their customer service is patient and cool. They walk you through how to register your songs. Yep. And I got songs I need to register on Sound Exchange right now. But they probably, see, sometimes I just know how to do it like that. They'll hold your bread for at least 3 years. I don't know how much more. Sound Exchange. And you can verify that and see if it's less or more. But just in my experience with certain titles that they paid me out on that I didn't know about. So since we're looking at digital satellite radio, we talk about Sirius XM basically. There's other ones. iHeart Media, all of those. That's a whole nother check. And it's never ever supposed to be. Now listen to this. I said it's not supposed to be collected by your digital distributor. But since we don't read contracts and we just click the terms and go, some of them might expand their rights and 360 you up and get to taking something from a little bit of everything. So now that we understand that, we also want to hear something else because they go further to live. They just don't collect from digital satellite radio. What they do actually is they're artist-based. It's an artist-based nonprofit. So what they do is they collect for featured artists as well. So say you just, your homie who just rap, some people don't even got a whole career. They just be featured on one song or two. They can collect their income from these digital service providers not the digital service provider, but from the, digital satellite radio from right here. So I'm just coming right here. I'm going to make it bigger on the screen. And it's just as simple as what I'm about to do. Are you owed royalties? Again, this says, get paid when your music gets played. See if you're owed digital performance royalties. Now we know what those are. Right? So now we're going to have some interactive fun. To prove that, well, I got a title that probably will pop up now that I didn't register yet, but I'm about to register it. I ain't tripping. But just name an artist. And sometimes you could pop them in here, right? You could pop the artist in here and see if they got money on the table. Yeah, definitely. I have been in the game for a long time, and it's definitely changed. And I've been able to go through the changes. Just like the body of the Camaro has changed. Just like sports, the rules of sports have changed. And the game changing don't mean you don't understand it. And I ain't saying that that's what you meant to imply, but I'm just saying, you just look, you grow with the changes. You feel me? So somebody want to throw up an artist, it could be a small artist, a big artist. We're about to see if they're owed some royalties. And if they are owed some royalties and the only place that this is being exposed is right here on my show, then there is the business opportunity. The business opportunity is spending your free time searching artists that are old. Let me tell you, man, golly, let me come on the screen. So I guess I trained myself when I realized what a business plan was. I trained myself to be able to just make a business plan out of everything. I used to think a business plan was these fancy documents. I used to think a business plan was these fancy documents that looked all nice that I'm gonna have to type hella long. And when I realized the plan was the idea that first made you say you wanted to do that in the first place. A lot of times, whatever made you say you wanted to do that, I don't know a lot of people who said they wanted to do something and didn't see it through at the time they said they wanted to do it. So if you say, I want to start making dresses, you're not only seeing it, are you only seeing it to the process of making the dress? Are you seeing it all the way through to the process of your dress being in stores for fashion designers or whatever? That was just my, whatever, you feel me? See what I mean? And do you see it all the way through the process? Well, that's the business plan. Then all you got to do is just write that down. That make it hella easier. So the business plan for this is just as simple as this. It's not much harder. You can open up a whole LLC, right? You want to make some income by getting people their unrecovered funds. You only want 10%. In order to do it, you're going to need a few legal documents. Power of attorney being number one. Number two is some letterhead to contact possibly the artist who got unclaimed funds. Now let me put it back on the screen. Now, in order to I'm saying people could take this into their hood and get a job, make a job for themselves, right? But it's not a real detailed process. Put it this way: when I recovered my funds, I went further to recover funds for my whole entire group. And after telling everybody, yo, I found out there's something sitting over here, I was given power of attorney to collect the funds so that we could get things right. So I know the process of getting the checks cut. It's simple as that. And they don't want too much more, right? Proof of verification, know your customer, and power of attorney. So how do you get power of attorney from an artist? You don't talk about all that. You just tell look, this is what you do. Bruh, you got some money. I'm just being practical right now. I'm on YouTube being practical. You can tell any human in the world, you got some money sitting on the table that you ain't collecting. I recover funds for artists. I only ask for 10%. So if you got 100 of them, I think you might have close to that. I only need like 10. See? All right, fast. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to send you the DocuSign. Here go the DocuSign. Bow. Then you get the power of attorney. Now, name an artist, please, to show you the power of what we're doing. Then we're going to go to another place. Any artist. Let's not even do hip hop. Let's do another genre. So here's something to note. I hate to say, who are some of the artists that probably generate a lot of income that don't know the business? Huh? Even if you want to say hip hoppers, go into the genre of hip hop, because conscious MCs, most of them, like the people who are about knowledge and shit, they supposed to know the business and stuff. You feel me? But what about a drill rapper who blew up off TikTok? Do they know where all their money being generated? Matter of fact, what's a TikTok song? See, you can sit here all day putting TikTok songs in and seeing Life Jennings. Oh, you said Life Jennings. We're going to start with Life Jennings. So we come here and you say unregistered artist. That's the first thing you check. to see if there's an unregistered artist named Life Jennings who's generated some income. No results found. So that means that either he's partially registered or he's registered. Registered is getting your money. Now we're going to look at partially registered. Now, what's partially registered is sometimes they might spell the title different or something, and nothing popped up for that. Unregistered performers, that's different than the artist. They just saying somebody who might have performed on the track. Life Jennings, no Life Jennings, cause he probably getting every dime and ain't letting nothing slip through the cracks. We do not have unregistered information for these entities, individuals, or the registered party has not made a complete claim. So, Life Jennings ain't in there. That don't mean nothing. Let's keep going. I want some more artists. My man says basic economics though. You need to apply your skill and what you specialize at and let the others do the rest. I can't disagree with that. That is being efficient. Right? But I don't know what that comment is towards. Because I'm just simply talking about people who ain't generating, who want to know where the money's being generated in music, where it's at, and how you make jobs in hip hop. Check JID. Who is JID? JID. All right, y'all giving me some. Yep, there you go. Look, there goes your first one. Somebody just hit. It's a JID song. I clicked right here. Look. There you go. Now, it's Dreamville. Now, who is that? J. Cole. JID and Lute. Lute. So and here's another one. JID, Babytron featuring Lil Yachty. All the money generated for that title in digital satellite radio is just sitting in here. Now, which one of y'all is going to go tell JID about this? It's only one song, so it probably ain't worth it. When you find a hit in here, it's definitely worth it. Or a big catalog, it's worth it. All right, something told me to put this group, even though I know that they should not be in here. If they are in here, it's probably like some millions sitting there. I put Odd Future. Thank you. You'll be surprised, but I'll be putting some rappers I like and it be hella shit sitting there. But see me, I don't even ask for no percentage. I just would rather them have the bread than this company had the bread. But sometimes I get mines back in other ways. I do think I like JID. I heard him before, but I'm not all the way up on him like I should be probably. So no Odd Future. METHOD, man. I just put him on the string. No results. Beat Nuts featuring Method Man. Beat Nuts featuring Method Man. This is a title where all of the digital satellite radio income is sitting here. This is the section called Are You Owed Royalties? Oh, don't trip, because I put big artists in here, bruh, to where you know it's hella money. And it just be sitting here. So I'm going to let y'all say the artists in the chat so I don't be in trouble for like people be like, oh man, that was my business. No, this shit public information, homie. And we trying to help you get your paper. But the way you hit, name some dumb, or somebody said Boss Man D-Lo. Name some artists who you don't think know the business that well. No Boss Man D-Lo. Unregistered. Let me put Boss Man as one word and see what happens. No, I don't know why I know Boss Man D-Lo. Maybe he's registered and get people doing his thing. I'm just gonna put D-Lo. There go D-Lo. I don't know who that is though. Kodak? Oh, Kodak. Somebody's just like, oh, the Kodaks, but not Kodak Black. Oh, I did find the Kodak Black song in here once. It was, oh, you know what song is in here, blood? It's a hit. I didn't even tell him. Bodak. What's that song? B-O-O-D. Bodak Yellow is in here, bruh. With Cardi B. You know that's an issue for you, B-O-D. Hey, Bodak. Watch this. I think I found that song in here a long time ago. It said Bodak Yellow. I said, what? They must have collected on that by now. Yeah, they got that money. That was a long time ago. All right. So we found one or two songs. Let me put 2 Chainz. Since y'all ain't popping up with nobody. See, what's up with my thing? Yeah. 2 Chainz with a Z. Click it. Unregistered. Look, 2 Chainz. Unregistered sound recording owners, bruh. You know what this means? All of the sound record. This isn't just one title. Oh my God. Go on and holler at Chainz. This is not a song title. This is every sound recording that people said when they registered they songs. They said, oh, 2 Chainz on the song. He owned half. This is for sound recording owners. He ain't even, somebody got, I don't know if that's how you spell his name. Let me make sure that's how you spell his name, bro. Yeah. So he got a whole catalog in here. It says unregistered sound recording owners. He's not registered as a sound recording owner. So why you independent if you don't know how to exploit your masters? This is what I be talking about. Come get in one of these Smash Rockwell classes and scrape every dime. But he don't got no unregistered. He's not unregistered as a performer. Oh yeah, he got song. Oh my God, look at this. 2 Chainz featuring Gucci Mane and Quavo. All the money from that sitting right there. Not just 2 Chainz money, but Gucci Mane money and Quavo money. I ain't gonna do this no more. I showed y'all enough. If you don't know how to take this and run with it, then you know, Larry June, 2 Chainz, and Cardio. Man, I gotta tell my nephew again. Bun B, Rick Ross, 2 Chainz, and Serrani. Go and open up your business now. I can show you. You can use ChatGPT to open the business. Man, I think I need, this is why, man, I don't know. Every document you need will look so professional because you use AI as your assistant. Man, you want me to script this up? My AI know everything about me. Let me tell you. My AI probably listening right now. Watch this. I think I talked to it about this before. First, I got to open ChatGPT. And I'm not bragging, on ChatGPT. What I've done is probably what a lot of people don't want to do. E40 on here? Damn, you looked and found it? He found out. So if I could tell you how to be strong with it, take advantage of moments like this. G-Eazy featuring E40, Du Bois, and Shooter Gang Coney. E40, Larry June, and Clyde Carson. Bow. You know how many billions they say they got uncollected? Let's go to the part of how many billions they say is uncollected. They be like, we got uncollected billions. But they're a nonprofit, so they just sit and hold the bread. They don't do nothing with it. That's why it's the opposite. I don't want to put nobody else in here. I'll let people, if anybody's inspired by what they're seeing, you can. Messy Marvin, E40. unregistered sound recording artists. Faulty ain't there, but you see what I'm saying. And so that's one thing. Now let me show. That's for what? Let's talk. Let's go back to the other screen. That's only one stream of income. Who remember what stream of income? You know the business. You know the business. Who remember what stream of income that is? All right, I'm gonna show y'all. I've been working on some shit, right? Let me see if I got the other thing. But if you see that, I'm up to the 125s. I'm trying to get up to the 250s. But I skipped over the 100 pounds. Y'all can see that? What that say? It's for your grip force. This is 125. And I'm barely doing the 125s, but the 125, I'm closing that, right? But this go up to 250. This set I bought. Oh, you said, dude, I ain't gonna do no more artists. Damn, see, I could barely close it with this hand. Oh, here we go. This right here is 50 pounds. So it's fun just to have these. Man, this hella easy. But just for working on grip strength. Because you know, you ever woke up with them hands? Where your hands feel like you ain't ever woke up with no grip strength? It was like, I can't even grab the radio right now. Anyway, I got distracted. I came on here to do the chat GPT thing to show y'all. I mean, you just sew things together, bro. So let me talk. Let me see if I can talk to my chat GPT. Where we at? To start a business. They gonna remember when I did this before. Helping artists get uncollected royalties. Now it's about to do everything for me. That's a strong business idea. Many artists don't even realize how much money is left on the table with uncollected royalties. It says, here's a roadmap you can use to structure your company, understanding the types of royalties. So here's the deal. I'll just read it from the list. Artists can miss money across multiple categories: performance rights, collections by PROs. We talked about that. ASCAP, BMI, when the music is played publicly, radio, TV, venues, and streaming. Now look, mechanical royalties. This is the one we're going to do next. This is a whole nother check. That they thought they got all their money on Spotify. You don't got the paper, bruh. You ain't gonna really notice if you don't spend a long time. I mean, it's not like no place where you can learn this at. Maybe they got some music classes where they teach all of this and people can know exactly every dime, but they like it so that money is generated and we don't know where it's all generated at, so they can keep some of it. So mechanical royalties from reproductions, remember that. And it broke it down good. Mechanical royalties is from reproductions, but who is it to? It is to the mechanics of the project, so to speak. So when you go to make a project, someone actually does the physical work in the studio. Now, who all you want to include in your mechanicals, it depends on what type of album it is, but you'll see some people be like orchestra, the wind, the horn, clavinet, mixed by, done this. They might be including more people in the song's mechanicals. Traditionally, it is the writers and the writers and the performers in the studio, though. So let's not get that twisted. I don't want to mess that up. Let me just say the songwriters. Normally, the artists who write their own shit, you get mechanicals. Now, the question is, who gets the mechanicals if you don't write, if you didn't write that? I don't think And I don't think nothing goes to a performer in regard to mechanicals. It would go to the writer. But this is collected, like I said, by the MLC. So let's go to the MLC. The Mechanical License Collector. What does that mean? That means it's one portion of the bread that's mandated by the state or by the feds that you got to give people. It kind of go like this, but you can look it up. So for any song, any one song, right, generated over 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It used to be 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but now it's probably, they don't do that times or whatever. It used to be like 3 minutes or something, or maybe over a minute, 90 seconds or something. You have to pay 9.9 cents, not 9 cents. You have to pay 0.9 cents for that song if you reproduce it in a medium. That they came to that by looking at album prices, how many songs we be putting on albums, and they came up with a formula. So that means 10 songs is worth how much? Now tell me if I'm wrong, if y'all in the chat. 10 songs is 90 cents mechanicals. Just on GP. It don't matter. What if you sold the songs for $100? It don't matter. The minimum you can pay, the statutory rate, I should say, not the minimum, the statutory mechanical rate. Let me ask right now on the chat GPT. What is, I said 0.9, the statutory STAT, mechanical rate. You know what I mean. It should know. Right, there you go. What's the statutory mechanical rate? The statutory royalty rate in the U.S. is a government set minimum that must be paid to songwriters, so it is the writer, and publishers when their copyrighted work is reproduced. Now, what does that mean? See, this is the thing that we didn't understand. Now we're in the digital age, so it applies to how many streams you get. But back in the physical age, which is coming back, the artists don't get mechanicals off of sales, dog. Your artist gets mechanicals off the fact that you reproduced it. So if you press up 50,000 units, you owe the mechanicals on that units before you ever sell the record. Likewise, if you're just an artist and somebody pressed up 50,000 of your units, they owe you mechanicals on that no matter what they do with it. That don't got nothing to do with your artist split, your split from the sale of the record. That's your mechanicals. And people need to know that. So it says right here, it says, when their copywritten work is reproduced on CD, vinyl downloads, or interactive streams. The current rate as of 2023 to 2027, oh, they raised it. It got raised. I was back on my 9 cent. Remember, dude said you from the old days. But now it is 11. Well, this might not be right. I will verify this. ChatGPT be hallucinating. But if they raised it to 11.4 cents per copy for physical forms, that'd be great. Because I would say 0.9 cents, it was 9. So they said per copy for physical formats, but that's not the breakdown. So here's the example. A 4-minute song, 11 cents per copy. Let me verify that with Google. They might be hallucinating. What? If they raise the rate, I'm happy. Mechanical royalty rate. I thought it was still 9 cents. Oh yeah, they raised it. The U.S. statutory mechanical, they raised it. Get more money off hip hop. This is another AI, so I'm gonna check it at a different source. Now they say The U.S. statutory mechanical royalty rate for physical products and digital downloads is currently the greater of 12.7 cents per copy, or 2.4 cents per minute of played time. See, this is mechanicals. You see how that rate is different than that 0.3? If they ever can, they would come in here and change that. But guess why that ain't happened? Because this is paid. Well, I don't want to say guess why that ain't happened, because those same people be in cahoots too. So this is saying they raised it to 12.7 cents. Now I need to get a third source. I need a Song Trust. Yeah, it's 12.4 cents. Dang, that's cracking. So I was in the music industry for when it was 9 cents. In 30 years, it got raised up 3 cents. So let's do the math. Let's see if ChatGPT was right or wrong. It said 11.4. I'm going to say, what about what? I'm going to say my sources say 12.4. Told you ChatGPT be wrong. You got to use it right. You're right to flag that. The statutory mechanical rate increased. See? You got to flag stuff on ChatGPT. Now look, this is what I understood. It says physical download mechanical rates. Until December 2022, it was 9.1 cents per song. So that meant a 10-song album generated 90 cents for the artist on GP. If you press up a CD, it got 10 songs on it, you owe that artist mechanicals 90 cents, because each song was worth 9.1 cents. Well, now it's raised up to 12.4 cents. So now you owe them about $1.20. It don't matter if you sell it for $50, Doc. You owe them mechanicals. So where are these collected at the MLC? Because I don't want this video to be too much longer. I just hit an hour. Those are collected at the MLC. So I'm gonna type in MLC and click mechanicals, even though I spelled it wrong. Hit bow. The Mechanical License Collective. They do the same thing. Over $3 billion in streaming royalties distributed. Are you getting paid for your plays? See, this ain't the Spotify check. This the other check. Now, you might be getting this check if you have been convinced to sign up with what's called a publishing administrator. But all they doing is going to this website too and taking a percentage of your money. Because you didn't watch the smash, because a lot of people didn't see this video. But you can come right here and do the same thing that we just did with those other artists. And I assume that if you find a title in Sound Exchange, you want to be thorough with your clients. So if you find I'm making you a businessman who collect bread for art. Is something bad about this video I'm doing? What the fuck? Like, this a whole job. Are you all royalties? Well, first you come here where you can do what you want. Your business template is yours. But I definitely wouldn't be going to find the artist first. I find the money first and then go tell the artist. If you try your business template or business plan was to find the artist first and try to get them signed, and then, you're not going to get no business. Ain't nobody signing that shit. Hey, I'm going to do something in the future. Do the work first and sell them on the fact that you already did the work. So what I mean by that, you can sit here and just get a list of artists and go down the list all day and then contact them with your business documents that ChatGPT helped you put together. So let's come back here. I put Well, I knew 2 Chainz had one, but we had one. You said E40, right? So I'm gonna put E40 again and see what we find. He has nothing as an unregistered artist, but as partially registered, we got this Messy Marvin E40 song, right? And we got something else. That song went away for something. That must have been unregistered. Yeah, but for partially registered, let's go with G-Eazy featuring E40, the Boy and Shooter Gang. Now I'm gonna copy that. This is one check they're missing. Let's go see if they're missing another check on the same work. And you just simply come right here. The work title. Pop it in. And they're gonna tell you who's getting paid off that title. And this is the big boys, the MCL. So if they can't find this, I'll be very surprised. But it's spinning kind of, it normally be popping up hella quick. So you want to go to the MCL if you ever put something on Spotify or Shopify or out and ain't got the mechanicals. You could go all the way back to old records that people put out on you. See, Spotify can't send that money to record labels. It's against the law. This is just spinning in an infinite loop. I'll try this title. I'm just going to minimize the title and say G-Eazy featuring E40. Peace to Side 12. He said, what is your general comment on making money in a year's time as a rap artist, comparing money you can make selling your music and merchandise compared to the amounts you make doing performance? Nah, it's all one thing and you got to do it all. Look, we put G-Eazy and E40 up. Right, here go the G. But now it's showing you the writers, but it's not. We're gonna click it. So we want to find the G-Eazy and E40 one. Because this say Brandon Christopher McCarty. I think that's G-Eazy. But the recording artists are Little B the bass guy, Little B the bass guy. Now when we click on this, it's gonna tell you who collecting them. So for the publishers, see TuneCore, see that's what I'm saying. So the crazy part about this is one of these big artists, either G-Eazy or Little B, no, Blood, G-Eazy used TuneCore? TuneCore Publishing is the administrator. So they're the one coming in and taking the money out of the MCL and giving it back to the artist when the artist could have just came right here and avoided giving them that percentage. TuneCore Publishing licensing that TuneCore. 100%. And this is a bunch of titles. Oh no, this is a bunch of different places where this song was played that they have collected from. So what is this? This ain't money on the table. This side of the bread is being collected. But you'll find ones that this side ain't being collected. Right? And that's where you go. Let me put myself in here because if I found something, it would be beneficial. But I often do this, right? And you can see how my stuff is being collected. Casual. Click search, see what titles they got. This is somebody else got this one. I don't even know what's going on here. This must be Evil Victims. I don't know what, but I'll pursue that later. I don't see none of my stuff. Let me see. Oh, this is a work. That's why this is sorry. I'm under works. I should be under writer. This is not my writer name, but sometimes you want to find your other money. So somebody might put you under your performance name instead of your writer name. And here are 8 titles under the name Casual. Now we see a title. This isn't my title. That isn't my title. This is my title. Catch a Bad One. And if you click into that, you can see my Worldwide with Dell or No More Worries. Gotta Let Her Know. So why did this song Gotta Let Her Know say Victor Bruno and Casual are the two writers? Well, let's go look at this. So this ain't me. I don't even know what. Oh well, he's only collected. They only collected 50% of it. Now, if this Casual is me, then that means I just found some money sitting in here. See, Works of the Wondrous is only collecting 50% of the publishing that been sent here. The other 50% is supposed to go to this writer, and they ain't paid it out. Total shares. So I'll investigate that. I don't know if that's a song I did with somebody, but I don't think it's worth much. Now this Catch a Bad One is a song that is worth much. Something we produced in the 90s. You clearly see the writers are Dell and Casual. And you see Universal Music songs, 50%. And Universal Polygram International Publishing representing Happy Hemp Music for 50%. So this is me. I know that, but they didn't even have to put the represented writers, which is it's just protecting my interests. Clearly, off of this work, every place I get my mechanicals through Universal Music Z songs. So that's the process on that. When you see this is 100%, so we collecting all the bread. You notice the last song we went to, see this one got 50%. But I'm not on this song. It's just somebody used my name, and I haven't been after. Am I on this song? So something's going to happen. I'm going to find out if I'm on these songs. I know I'm not on The Tortoise, the Hare, and the Millionaire. So either I'm going to have to send them my copyright information, or I'm going to straight. I've been ignoring it for too long, but like, who is this writer named Casual? So let me take this title and see if I can find it. Be like, oh, I wrote on that. The Tortoise, the Hare, and the Millionaire. Do they got a YouTube? I did not write nothing on this. So one of these people call themselves Casual. Feel me? And they tripping. They so puzzled they don't even collect on it. But anyway. I'm gonna get back to looking at my titles. Catch a Bad One, we seen that one. Worldwide, now this says 50%. So I might got some money on the table for this one. Does it say, and this will say 25%. Total known shares. That means they collected the money, but they only know to give out 25% of this song of a title that's one of mine. Now they know the writers are Dell and Casual. But look, I'm the only one collecting. Dell ain't collecting on this, so I gotta let him know. Strangely enough, it turned out that way. Because this is my Universal Music Z songs. Remember, his was something representing his title. So I'm just gonna tell my partner, hey, go look up some of those registrations. There's some money on the table. No More Worries, 25%. I'm on this. If I'm the only one with my, now look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, but they claim 25% of the bread for me. That gotta get straightened out too. But this is Universal Music Z songs represent my interests, and I always make sure all my works are registered. So this is a different place with some money for some of my, this is a good thing. This is me being able to tell my partners, hey, you got some money sitting on the table. It's not a bad thing to find money. Gotta Let Her Know. This is another one of my songs. But no, I don't know this song. It says Victor, Bruno, and Casual. But that sounds like something I might have worked on. But see, I'm not. My company ain't represented here because I didn't register this work. Let me see if it's something. Nah, I don't think I'm involved in that. You're in Shambles, Dell and Casual. Yep. I gotta tell them that whole album probably needs to be updated. Now, I'm not gonna get here and go through my whole catalog. I just click page. Oh no, that's the whole page. So let's get off me and go to Too Short just for the fun of it. Too Short. Might be some money, boy. No, the writer name was Todd Shaw. But see, people be putting Too Short, see? Here go one. Let's see. Now, who could this money be going to? They claiming 100%. We about to see. Whatever I say, the writer is Too Short. And the recording artist is the Band Gang. Well, let's see. Vita Music Publishing, represented writer is Too Short. Okay. He taking 100% of that. Straight up. That's my dog. That's that Oakland shit. You feel me? Let me see. He go Too Short with Ashley B. Jean, Still Blowing. 50-50 splits. But look, Too Short side don't seem to be. Where's Too Short side represented? Look, here go one. I found one. If the last song that was represented, you got to know how to do the knowledge. Check this out. If this song says 100%, right here, that means they found who to give all the money to. And they telling you who they gave it all to. Collection share, 100%. Too Short. So that means Vita Music Publishing, at least at this point in time, is who collects for Too Short. So if you come to another title and you see a publisher, Undercover Freaks, Too Short, and some hella people, you click this title, you see 4 names, don't see no publishers. So they just keeping all the money on this song. They show us all on YouTube. They got Spotify money, Apple Music money, Amazon money, SoundCloud money, Pandora money. Stop playing with me. 100%. They got 100% of this bread. Because whoever Short did this song for was just a hood motherfucker don't know how to register songs and shit. That's no disrespect. That's why people like me out here. If this video wasn't here, where would people be knowing this? It would just be in the cosmos. So, I mean, I did enough for showing y'all. Y'all can do it for yourselves now, and trust me, I feel good for disseminating that information. It'll help a lot. I'm about to put another, I'm about to put hieroglyphics. I don't think I've done that in a while. Even though I know who we got collecting, I know who it should say is collecting on this. Oh, but that's writers. Nobody know hieroglyphics don't write nothing. Let's look at a work and put the name hieroglyphics. It popped right up. Uh-oh. What is doing popping right up? Some bread? Let me show y'all. Now somebody else is tripping. Oh, this is a work. We don't really got too many songs called hieroglyphics. And that's what a work is. So, let me know if I'm still streaming. Somebody say something in the chat. The song called Hieroglyphics was written by Thomas Jean, and they know these are all registered. I'm not looking for works called hieroglyphics. I'm looking for maybe publishers. So if somebody didn't know my publishing company, they might have just put Hyro. Yep, look, Hyro Imperial Music, ASCAP. Hyro Imperial Music, 0 titles, cool. All right. When is the next episode of Fremore Jones? I got so much. Thank you for letting me know we still on. I got so much better with the AI. Our AI has got so much easier that I might do something different. Now I'm about to put my name, Jonathan Owens. If that's your real money, I better pop up. Yeah. You know I pop up. I got hella works in here. If I didn't pop up, it'll feel like YouTube. Look at only 156. That's cool. Should probably be more. Funky Beat, hot one that popped up. Uh-oh. Damn, I got some bread sitting here. This triple platinum. Say it ain't so, bro. When I clicked it, oh, sitting on candy with the mechanics. Some bread sitting here. Plead the fifth. Damn, I got bread sitting here. This might be fun. All the way in the world. See, that's 100%. Mama, 50%. I bet you that 50% is me. That's how it is, 50%. But I got some bread sitting here because it's like only 29% of Funky Beat. Come on, bro. I hope this money ain't mildew. Yeah, they got Jonathan Owens. So who they don't got? They don't got Sadat, man. Oh my God. I mean, they don't got Sadat X. Oh man, let's see who the money going to. Empire SF. Oh, wait a minute. 8.3 cent for Empire and Frisco. But who's that 8.3 cent? Is that me? Eric Strong. Oh no, it's more publishers. Nah, I don't see myself on here. And they say 29% total share. What did I do? They got my writer's IP, but publishers, okay. And they just only gave out 12% to Malik Johnson. So I should claim at least 4%, because that's for writing, right? That's cool. That 4% might be just a lunch or something. That's cool. Back to Public Works. So now you see how to do it sitting on candy with the mechanics. I ain't registered. Look, I ain't registered my half. They registered theirs though. See, I'm tripping. And they did it themselves. Publisher name Kenny Tweed. That's what I'm talking about. So they ain't going through no, man, these my partners. So they got their paper, they got their game tight. The mechanics. I'm showing you right here, they came to get their bread, they split it right. I'm waiting to get my 50%. They left that on the table. And they just split their 25. I'm about to register this and get my 50, man. And it's doing numbers. Oh, I might have one of my daughters do this and tell them they can keep like 10%. Did you get the full rights back from my first album? Not yet. It happens in 2 or 3 years. So that's a whole nother thing. As soon as that happened, I'm pressing that up. Oh, man. But they tried to, so this is what they're trying to do. Let me tell y'all, this is the new shady shit I figured out. And I don't know if Traffic is doing this on purpose or whoever doing this. But in the last 5 years of them having the rights to your shit, they pressing your shit up again and putting a re-release out. Because they know once they get rid of the rights, you gonna do that. So if they gotta give you rights in 1 year, they gonna drop your shit. That sound crazy, huh? Because I look like, why is y'all after 30 years pressing on Fear Itself right now? Like, what's up with that? Y'all, or I don't know, maybe it was just in some demand or something. But yeah, they got that after 35 years, you get your album back. And believe it or not, it's going to be 3 or 4 years. So that's 35 years. Well, 1992 or something. No, it's 35 years. I thought it was 30 years. I'd have been on that. That's a whole joke I'm waiting on. Go back and, oh, that's going to be crap. I mean, not really. It is what you make it. Yeah, there's a bunch of titles that I got some bread sitting in here, but it's also some of the titles I see I'm getting 100%. So it just let me know that why I only say 50% for Styles. Oh, that's even funnier because that's like TuneCore Digital. That's when I see. I've been through plenty of stages with my career, and I remember I registered this one project with them to see how much money they'd collect. Matter of fact, I should go get some beer from them. It's probably like a couple hundred sitting in there. I don't think it'll be nothing significant because they don't do the majority of my shit. But for whatever, that's this title Styles because it's on the album. Well, they collected for me. I said what? Which is cool. Well, I got hella different titles though that say different stuff on it. But I'm glad, man. I'm about to go look now. All right, this was a good, nice video. I'm glad y'all. I got a lot more songs to put in there though. I'm glad y'all watched the video and you can use some of this information to see what you got sitting there. All right. Thanks for the contribution.